for graduation, families, friends, faculty, and staff, welcome to the 2014 commencement ceremonies for the College of Education and Integrative Studies. My name is Nancy Hurlbut, and I am the Associate Dean for the college. And I am very pleased to welcome you here to join us today in honoring the graduates of our college. The College of Education and Integrative Studies commencement ceremony is one steeped in tradition and goes back to medieval times. Our college graduates wear the traditional academic regalia with the gown and the mortarboard and the hood, the thing we wear around our neck, which actually represents the college you graduated from and your academic discipline. The details of the gown, as I've said, and the hood represent, like mine is yellow, which represents the discipline, and the inside is maroon, which represents the college I graduated from. Also, you will notice that our graduates all wear a blue tassel. The blue tassel represents the fact that you have graduated from the College of Education and Integrative Studies at Cal Poly Pomona. Commencement here is more than just fun. It also represents a rite of passage. With the commencement ceremony, our graduates signifies an achievement for our graduates and also welcomes them into a profession with responsibility. It is something of which our candidates, families, and friends can be very proud of. And we are about to start the processional, but before we do, I want to remind you, and I want you to take a minute just to double check that your cell phones are on silence, and please do not use loud noisemakers. So at this time, the mace bearer, the McPhee Scholar, the class gift presenter, faculty, and candidates, will you please begin the processional? Our mace bearer is Dr. Terry Gomez, the outstanding faculty advisor for the year and a faculty member in ethnic and women's studies. Carrying our college banner is Amy Nicole Bishop, the McPhee Scholar and a liberal studies graduate. The banner for the master's candidate from the Department of Education is Terry Thompson. Carrying the banner for the Ethnic and Women's Studies Department is Daryl Atkins, who earned the highest GPA in the department. And carrying the banner for the Liberal Studies Department is Alexandria Craiglow.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please rise for the national anthem. Oh, you are. Let's now recognize Mr. Jared Faree, a music major here at Cal Poly Pomona, who will sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs burst bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. And thank you, Jared, for that beautiful rendition. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the College of Education and Integrative Studies 2014 Commencement. I'm Peggy Kelly. I'm Dean of the College of Education and Integrative Studies, and on behalf of the faculty, staff, and students, I offer my congratulations to our graduates and a special welcome to family and friends who have joined us here today. Graduates, this is your day. This is your time. The faculty who pass the torch of knowledge and passion and enthusiasm for your field of study, and the staff members who have provided you with ongoing support for your success are almost as excited as you are to see you walk across that stage and celebrate your accomplishments. Many feel that a little piece of themselves is leaving with you as you embark on the next chapter of your life. Upon reflection, most of you will agree that your time at Cal Poly Pomona has been filled with a generous mix of moments of disbelief that you completed a team or an individual project, as you said to yourself, "We did that. That turned out pretty cool." And times of wonder, "Am I finished yet?" And you undoubtedly also had moments that included life-altering experiences, as well as sacrifices, a lot of juggling of responsibilities, hard work, and leaning on those nearest and dearest to you. You've earned the joy that you feel today. So this is it. Your dream of a university diploma has become a reality. Welcome to your celebration. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the distinguished members of our platform party. I ask that each of them stand as I read their names, but please hold your applause until they all have been introduced. Starting in the back row, Ms. Michelle Stoddard, Vice President for University Advancement. Dr. Stephen Garcia, Vice President for Administrative Affairs and CFO, or Chief Financial Officer. Dr. Douglas Freer, Vice President of Student Affairs. Mr. John McGuthrie, Vice President for Information Technology and Chief Information Officer. Dr. Dennis Quinn, Chair of the Interdisciplinary General Education Department, also known as IGE. Dr. Christina Chavez-Reyes, Associate Chair of the Liberal Studies Department. Dr. Stephen Bryant, Chair of the Liberal Studies Department and Professor Emeritus. Ms. Amy Cole Bishop, McPhee Scholar. Dr. Terry Gomez, Chair of the Ethnic and Women's Studies Department, Outstanding Faculty Advisor, and our Mace Bearer. Dr. Nancy Hurlbut, Associate Dean of the College of Education and Integrative Studies. Ms. Marcela Rojas Salas, Class Gift Presenter. Dr. Martin Denbour, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and Dr. J. Michael Ortiz, President of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. And in our audience, we have a few special guests. Ms. Betty Ortiz, our First Lady and wife of the President, Michael Ortiz, and Ms. Sandra Davis, newly retired Executive Assistant in the President's Office. Thank you all very much for joining our celebration today. And now it's my pleasure to call now it's my honor to call Dr. Michael Ortiz, President of Cal Poly Pomona. And as Dr. Ortiz approaches the podium, I want to thank him on behalf of the faculty, staff, and students for his steadfast support of all that we do in our college. Thank you, President Ortiz.
Thank you, Dean Kelly. Commencement. It's the moment our graduates and their families have worked for years. I earned my bachelor's degree 40-some years ago, and I remember that moment like it was yesterday. Put down your phones and programs. Take it in. You did it. Your college experience doesn't end today. The lessons you've learned, the friends you've made, and the challenges you've overcome will carry you throughout your lifetime. Stay connected, stay informed, and stay involved. And one way you can do that with Cal Poly Pomona is to join the Alumni Association. I'm retiring this December, as you may or may not know, so that you and I have something in common. We're both class of 2014. And as that, we're also, most importantly, we're also diamond members of this institution because we're completing our programs in our 75th anniversary. So that's something to celebrate. There will never be any other 75th anniversary graduates as you are. Through the years, I've learned that you can never reach a new high point in your life alone. For me, I've relied on my wife, Betty Fay, to be a partner and friend through all our highs and lows. At Cal Poly Pomona, I have relied on the expertise of countless people that include the great faculty and staff on this campus and people like Sandy Davis, who is our newly retired executive assistant, and who has worked for 4 of the 5 Cal Poly Pomona presidents. Commencement is made possible because of people like Teresa Navarro-Rodriguez and Diane Carter and their dedicated team who actually put this commencement together. Now I want you to think back to your experience. You did not arrive at this point by accident. Through dedication and hard work, you've reached this pinnacle, but remember, no one has ever completed this journey alone. Many people, including professors and loved ones, have traveled with you and helped you along the way. How did they guide you, support you, encourage you? Graduates, please join me in recognizing the special people in your life by standing and giving them a well-deserved round of applause. Class of 2014, as you move on to graduate school or the workforce, head out with confidence. Cal Poly Pomona graduates have an edge. Your classroom experiences actually involve solving real-world problems. You've studied under experienced faculty, and you've been immersed in one of the most diverse campuses in the nation. You don't just understand diversity, you've lived it. Know that the investment you made in your education will pay off many times over. In the 2014 College Return on Investment Report, Cal Poly Pomona ranked 74th out of 1,300 colleges and universities. That puts us in the top 6% in the country. We are a regional powerhouse. Payscale.com found our return on investment stronger than local universities like USC, UCLA. In fact, we place better than all UC campuses except Berkeley and San Diego. But you didn't pay UC level tuition, did you? Or the high-priced cost of private college education. Did you know you didn't pay the full cost of your education? California taxpayers and university donors supported your education. At the end of this month, we will close the campaign for Cal Poly Pomona. donors have given more than $150 million in gifts, pledges, and bequests to keep our university at the cutting edge. Do you know why they would do such a thing? It's because they believe in you. They believe in your potential to succeed in the workforce and contribute to the greater good. Years from now, there will come a time in your life when you will look back on your career and marvel at your good fortune. Remember those who invested in you and consider paying it forward so that you too can pave the way for future generations. Thank you. But today is your day. You have completed one of the most important journeys of your lifetime. As you consider your next steps, I urge you to head out with confidence. Seize the opportunities before you, because you have never been more ready. Congratulations to each of you.
Thank you, President Ortiz. I would now like to introduce the senior class representative from the College of Education and Integrative Studies, Ms. Marcela Rojas Salas. Marcela is active in the GEMS Club and is graduating with the highest overall GPA, a 3.8, in the Ethnic and Women's Studies Department. Marcela will now present the senior class gift to President Ortiz.
President Ortiz, Dean Kelly, members of the stage party, and fellow members of class 2014. Every year, the graduating class leaves behind something for the campus community. It's about leaving the university better than it was when we first got here. This tradition succeeds every year because of another long-standing tradition at Cal Poly Pomona, philanthropy. The senior class gift is entirely funded by donations from graduating seniors. This is truly a gift from us to future students. Our gift will be to purchase and install electronic charging stations throughout campus study and gathering places. These stations will charge cell phones, tablets, e-readers, and even laptops. President Ortiz, I'm honored to present this class gift of 2014.
Thank you, Marcela. 10 years ago, I never would have believed that we would be celebrating the opportunity to charge more electrical devices. But clearly that's become a way of life, and those students that follow you will greatly appreciate your gift. Thanks you, class of 2014.
At this time, I'm pleased to have the privilege of presenting the Julian A. McPhee Honor Award for Student Excellence, an award the university has given since 2002. Julian McPhee was the founding president of Cal Poly Pomona and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. He provided more than 35 years of service to the citizens of California. Because of his visionary leadership and astute negotiating skills, Californians can point with pride to two of the nation's most finest universities founded on the educational principle of learn by doing. This special award was thoughtfully funded by an anonymous donor who is a colleague of Julian McPhee and honors current graduating senior who exhibits excellence in his or her academic endeavors. This year, our outstanding scholar from the College of Education and Integrative Studies is Miss Amy Nicole Bishop. Amy excelled in her academics as a student in the Liberal Studies Department and earned an overall GPA of 3.86. Amy, please join me at the podium. Amy is a Liberal Studies baccalaureate graduate. She transferred from Mount San Antonio Community College and has attended Cal Poly Pomona for 2 years. In the fall, Amy will continue her education at Cal Poly Pomona as a post-baccalaureate student in the multiple subject credential program. Her ultimate goal is to become an elementary teacher and to influence as many students' lives as possible. Over the last 2 years, Amy's have been very active in volunteering at local elementary schools and has participated in transitional kindergarten, regular kindergarten, and third grade classrooms. Amy enjoyed her experiences in those classrooms, not only because of the students, but also because of the experience that she gained. Her volunteering and hands-on Cal Poly Pomona education have helped her become even more prepared and excited in embarking on the next step of her journey. Yes.
I didn't think you wanted me to join you.
Yeah.
All right, Amy. Come over here because we want to make sure we get a great picture of you putting this right.
Thank you. Hello. Good evening, parents, family, friends, faculty, and 2014 graduates. It is a great honor to stand before you tonight to share in this achievement. Through getting to know my peers, I have heard of the many stories of the hard work and dedication that have gone into earning these degrees. Each of us has faced obstacles, ranging from financial constraints to personal hardships. However, despite these hurdles, we have all persevered. During our education at Cal Poly Pomona, we were challenged. We got a taste of our future careers and the trials that lay ahead of us. Our ideas were put to the test and our philosophies modified. Through the hard work and support of our professors, we are now able to go into the career force as fully prepared as possible. Our classes stress teamwork and group discussions, which gave us the opportunity to experience different views and backgrounds. These discussions and projects facilitated the development of lifelong friendships. Tonight, I'm not only lucky enough to graduate with all of my peers, but also my best friend is graduating with me tonight. And I'm happy to say that I know that there's a great future lying ahead for not only just us, but us as a class. Not only are our peers here with us tonight, but we are also surrounded by our family and friends. They have been an invaluable resource for us. They have been there during those late nights, especially final crunches, been our soundboards and our cheerleaders. I personally want to thank my mom and dad. They have been constantly there for me, and I can't thank them enough for their love and support. Also, my boyfriend is here watching me tonight, and he has been a great source of advice for me. As we reflect on the journey that we just ended, another one is beginning. Some of us will be entering the career force, others of us are continuing our education. Whatever path you are choosing, doors are going to slam in your face. However, don't give up. Push through those doors or find your own. However, tonight is our night to celebrate. Congrats, class of 2014, we did it.
At this time, I would like to recognize our outstanding advisor for 2013-14, Dr. Terry Gomez. Dr. Gomez was chosen by the students and her colleagues for this honor. We thank her for her dedication to our students and for her commitment to excellence. Please recognize her with our applause. Now it gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Stephen Bryant, Chair of the Liberal Studies Department, Dr. Terry Gomez, Chair of Ethnic and Women's Studies, and Professor Doreen Gary Nelson of the Education Department to join me in presenting 3 special student scholarships.
Thank you, Dean Kelly. The Charles Irby Scholarship was established in memory of Charles C. Irby, the first chairperson of the Ethnic and Women's Studies Department. Each year, the EWS department presents the award to a gender, ethnicity, and multicultural studies student demonstrating excellence and promise in any area of ethnic and women's studies. This award is given to a GEMS graduating senior who has a minimum Cal Poly GPA of 3.5. This year's recipient is Daryl Atkins, who has a Cal Poly GPA of 3.62 and GEMS GPA of 3.94. I would now like to call her to the lectern. Come on up, girl. Okay. There. Daryl, it gives me great pleasure to award you this scholarship in recognition of your outstanding performance as a GEMS major. Please join me in congratulating Daryl. Thank you.
Right, sit down.
I think so, yeah.
The Sheila Goldring and Keith Graham McCoy Scholarship in Liberal Studies was established through the generosity of Dr. Sheila McCoy, founding dean of our college and former chair of the Liberal Studies Department. We are honored that Dr. McCoy is with us tonight. The recipients of this year's scholarships, if you would please come forward, are Dulce Alejandro, Joanna Cole, and Esther Glassick. Okay, so if you would join me in congratulating these three students. And thank you again to Dr. McCoy.
Cal Poly Pomona now has an independent doctoral program in educational leadership. This year, we are awarding the second comprehensive scholarship to support doctoral studies. The Doreen Gary Nelson Award is a $20,000 award designed specially for an outstanding teacher to pursue doctoral studies and doctoral research in design-based learning, a teaching method Professor Nelson developed that targets higher order thinking skills. To present this scholarship, it's my pleasure to introduce Professor Doreen Gary Nelson, who leads our K-12 certificate and master's programs in design-based learning. Professor Nelson.
Thank you, Dean Kelly. This scholarship is being awarded to Richard Rosso. Where are you, Richard? Richard is a young man who's an extraordinary educator. He is a virtuoso classroom teacher. He has such high values for his students, and he dreams big, and he isn't afraid of hard work. He teaches science at John Muir High School, an at-risk high school in Pasadena Unified School District, where he's the chair of the science department, and he's taught there for 7 years. He doesn't look like he's old enough to even be a teacher. But Richard knows how to make his dreams a reality. He grew up in Michigan with a modest background, the only family member who has achieved a college degree. a bachelor's degree, and last year he received his master's degree in design-based learning. He continues to refine his classroom practice, and he's not afraid of doing things that are unusual. He actually leads workshops with me for administrators in his own school district. I would be terrified to do that when I was young, where we're doing professional development in design-based learning. Richard says he loves doing that, and he wants to train more teachers and teach at a university. And to that end, he has just successfully completed his first year in our doctoral program in educational leadership that Dr. Kelly spoke about. We're lucky to have you here, Richard, at Cal Poly, and it gives me a great pleasure to contribute to Richard Rosa's future by presenting him with the second Doreen Gary Nelson Scholarship in Design-Based Learning. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. He's got a few things to say that I think you'll enjoy very much.
Thank you, Professor Nelson, Dean Kelly, President Ortiz, and my family. I am proud to stand here as a representative of CSU's mission that is central to the growth of our culture, educating teachers. Design-based learning gives me a way to teach science better than I ever have before. I found all kinds of ways to sneak education up on my students as they build small model cities and creatures they designed to learn about evolution, ecology, genetics. Now when I teach about DNA and genetics, I have students build never-before-seen creatures with hereditary traits so they can learn about the relatedness of organisms in this world. They excel in science and they become creative thinkers because they are having fun as I deliver the best science education ever. You know, everyone likes to throw around hot words in education. Words like, and I know you've heard them, collaboration, creativity, communication, and critical thinking, or the 4 C's. And they call these words the 21st century skills, but honestly, these are every century skills. What nobody dare address in education are the 2 C's that really matter: confidence and courage. Design-based learning has given me the confidence and courage as an educator that I need in order to design a curriculum that gets my students to class every single day, that engages them in thinking every single day, and that makes them feel that learning science is fun every single day. And not only that, but design-based learning has given my students the confidence and courage to walk through the door of my classroom regardless of the issues they're dealing with outside of it. It gives them the confidence and courage to think, to make mistakes and be wrong, sometimes again and again, but to be persistent, to keep trying until they find the answers. And I was, like many of you, sitting here today excited but nervous about being a classroom teacher. And I never believed that my mission would actually change to where now I want to teach other teachers in K-12 to do what I learned to do using design-based learning and have the confidence and courage to give their students a quality education every day. Thank you, Cal Poly and Professor Nelson, for your belief in me and for this award, and I'd like to thank my family for being here to support me. Thank you.
Well, congratulations to all our scholarship winners. Now I'd like to call on Provost Denboer to present the candidates for the master's degree. Provost Denboer?
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Education please rise? And I'd also like to ask the announcers and marshals to proceed to their locations. President Ortiz, I present to you the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Education. These candidates have completed the requirements for the Master of Arts degree as prescribed by the State of California and the trustees at the California State University. And they have been recommended by the faculty of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona.
Candidates for the master's degree. You have heard the recommendation of the faculty of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. By the authority vested in me as president, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Education with all the rights, honors, and opportunities appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Each candidate should approach the stage directly, as directed by the ushers, with your hood folded over your left arm. Stop at the reader table, proceed to the platform to receive your diploma cover and to be hooded. Then recess down the center ramp and back to your seat as directed by the ushers. I would also ask that the audience show their respect to all the candidates by refraining from using horns and whistles while the graduates' names are called.
Let's go.
Antonio Marcos Ruiz.
Lenora Thomas Hester.
Natalie Bezgian.
Meredith Teresa Cahalan.
Norma Angelica Juarez Garcia.
Judy Ann Morton.
Lisa Janelle Dunn.
Morgan Siobhan Twiggs.
Tina Chan.
Dofu R. Goodman II.
Karen Diana Bonstead.
Linda Yvonne Neblis.
Tien Tao Ho.
Emily Ta.
Araceli Jimenez.
Steve Ione.
Bianca M. Silva Valdivia.
Vanessa M. Franco.
Juanita Tedisha Wright.
Jared Stephen McLeod.
Tracy Eileen Thompson.
Krista Harrell Brinkley.
Maria Eugenia Vera Barrera.
Lydia Liu.
Laura Escarcega Galindo.
George Urena.
Connie H. Park.
Philip Downey.
Vicky Bermudez.
John Lee.
Jorge Ramirez.
Stella Arambell.
Gladys Garcia.
Hee Jung Kim.
Araceli Ibarra Mendez.
Lisa Ann Gonzalez.
Marianne C. Wee.
Richard Feldman.
Sherwin Olavi. Ted Salvador Olivos.
From the Department of Ethnic and Women's Studies, joining Nancy Hurlbut, Associate Dean, and the presentation is Dr. Terry Gomez, Chair of the department.
Again, to our master's degree candidates, congratulations on your hard work and your scholarly endeavors. Your efforts to support the faculty scholarship for which the college and the university engages, we take great pride. You have made the faculty very proud to work with you. Will the candidates for the degree of the Bachelor of Arts in Gender, Ethnicity, and Multicultural Studies and Liberal Studies please stand? President Ortiz, I present to you the 190 graduates for the baccalaureate degree from the College of Education and Integrative Studies. These candidates have completed the requirements for the baccalaureate degree as prescribed by the state of California and the trustees of the California State University. And they have been recommended for their degrees by the faculty of the California State Polytechnic University, Pomona.
Candidates for the baccalaureate degree, you have heard the recommendation of the faculty of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. By the authority vested in me as president, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Gender, Ethnicity, and Multicultural Studies and in Liberal Studies, with all the rights, honors, and opportunities appertaining thereto. Congratulations. In academic tradition, the student who has not yet earned a degree wears the tassel on the mortarboard on the right side. When the degree is conferred, the scholar removes the tassel to the left and joins a select company of scholars. In recognition of your new status, will all recipients of the baccalaureate degree move the tassel to the left?
To the class of 2014, I commend you for your efforts and accomplishments, but please be seated. Now will the ushers for the college please escort the candidates beginning with the Department of Gender, Ethnicity, and Multicultural Studies for the bachelor's degree to the stage.
Lauren Ceballos. Javier Gomez Hernandez. Dora Xochitl Lopez Mata, McNair Scholar.
Natisha Danae Farrell.
Paulina Rosas.
Cassandra Ann Spinks.
Natalie Pack.
Dominic Joseph Corey.
Georgia Kinsing Lee, magna cum laude.
Daryl Ashley Adkins, cum laude, McNair Scholar.
Gregory Mercado.
Maricela Rojas Salas, summa cum laude.
Daniela Karina Gallego.
Audrey Darlene Paredes, McNair Scholar.
Jenny Michelle Ramirez.
Lindsay Renee Davis.
Manuel Macias.
Aracela Preciado Escatel.
Rochelle Cherise Berry, McNair Scholar.
Yvette Salas. Laura Yvette Gutierrez. Maria Servin Serafin. Ariana Monique Estrada, magna cum laude. Colleen Biu. Celia Anna Amaya. Nelly Aboitez. Amber May Yoshioka. Monique Palayo. And now, from the Department of Liberal Studies, joining Dr. Nancy Hurlbut, Associate Dean, in the presentation is Dr. Stephen Bryant, Chair of the Department.
Ashley Gruby. Jennifer Christine Harris.
Brenda Lara.
Ashley Noel Eddy.
Dulce Maria Alejandro.
Emily Regina Woodhouse, magna cum laude.
Jenny Hernandez.
Marissa Elise Dale.
Lourdes Crystal Cornejo, cum laude.
Stephen Tang.
Catherine Amanda Fusco.
Mara Bethany Felix.
Juana Macias.
Rosa Ruiz.
Jasmine Chaidez.
Zunera Tarek.
Marilena Bagwell.
Sophia Jing.
Anna Paulina Gonzalez.
Melanie Bray.
Kevin Patrick Maloney.
Samantha Ann Valadez.
Daniel Carlos.
Joseph Michael Bensa III.
Catherine Elizabeth Diskin.
Sarah Beth Johnson.
Samantha Marie Charteau.
Crystal Marie Gonzalez.
Tiffany Nicole Alanis.
Cosette Cabrera.
Chelsea Bree Novotny, cum laude.
Erica Nicole Barajas.
Christine Allison Delman.
Natalie Polk.
Rochelle Udarbi Raquel.
Esther Laura.
Lourdes Sandoval.
Jennifer Nicole Garrett.
Joanne Zamora.
Eliana Lisette Castillo.
Esther Beatrice Glassick.
Randy Goodrick.
Elsie Longiano.
Tanya Magana.
Kirsten Laurel Reamer.
Michelle Nicole Del Rio.
Margaret Elizabeth Cummings.
Maria Evgenia Silva.
Leslyn Amanda Nielsen.
George Joe Huerta, cum laude.
Belinda Kaw.
Chandler Hiroshi Kikunaga.
Catherine Yin.
Duran Scott.
Haley Marie Brody, cum laude.
Marianne Saliba Farah.
Rachel Elizabeth McKay.
Alan Song.
Amy Taylor Stubblefield, magna cum laude.
E. Kyung Kong.
Maria Del Carmen Alvarado.
Yeru Kim.
Renette Edith Rojo.
Jessica Martinez.
Sally Dip Lai.
Vanessa Barcenas Fuentes.
Guadalupe Castrejon.
Cristina Rodriguez.
Cristina Huerta.
Melanie Lynn Orozco.
Caitlin Marie Cook.
Yvette Elizabeth Martinez.
Francis Justo.
Michelle Renee Cota.
Cody Angel Castro.
Teresa Kwong.
Holly Lilu Him.
Lauren Nicole Schum.
Naira Carrillo.
Alexis Christine Harrington.
Marita Zaki.
Robin Gretchen Ogden. Alexa Reisner.
Carmen Casillas.
Holly Christine Atkins. Amanda Christine Elena Abruzzini, President's Council Scholar. Amy Nicole Bishop, summa cum laude. Taylor Gabaldon. Diana Lee.
Jason Wong.
Rita Wu.
Melissa Rose Beck.
Nicholas Robert Schober.
Nicholas Ryan Hill.
Jacqueline Ashley Madrigal.
Shayna Noel Fields, cum laude.
Angela Rebecca Radenbaugh.
Stacy Nicole Rockford.
Hortensia Vanessa Acevedo.
Laura Tiffany Valdez.
Angela Hung.
Viviana Yvette Hoyos.
Guadalupe Mercedes Munoz.
Jillian Christine Kewen.
Natalie Cortez.
Lauren Elizabeth Corey.
Cynthia Yesenia Salcedo.
Tessa Lynn Charles.
Caitlin Van Eyck.
Haley Nicole Page.
Alexandria Leanne Craiglow, magna cum laude.
Kelsey Dawn Cooper.
Lindsay Suzanne King. Meghana Muppety. Stephanie Christina Stein. Mona Adele Pisano. William David Collette. Hillary Ann Acosta. Bianca Giovanna Gomez. Joanna Christine Cole.
Yes, big applause. Again, our congratulations and best wishes to all of our graduates, the class of 2014. I wish to welcome you as our newest alumni, invite you to the Cal Poly Pomona Alumni Association to maintain your ties with your university. Before bringing these proceedings to a close, I'd like to offer my personal congratulations to the graduates whose achievements we've celebrated this evening. It has been a pleasure to preside over this commencement for the College of Education and Integrative Studies. I welcome you, the graduates, as lifetime members of our Cal Poly Pomona community. While you may plan to be a teacher, a social worker, move on to graduate school, or be an activist for those whose voices that cannot be heard, please know that you have weathered the tough economic times to get here. You have proven yourself resilient and persistent. You now know what it's like to be successful. You must continue to learn and to grow and to advocate as you search for that ideal next step. Whether it's in the classroom, working around the globe, the Peace Corps, or any other form of service to others. All the experiences you garner here just prove that you are a lifelong learner and you are able to step up to any opportunity that comes your way. Never stop utilizing those critical thinking skills. Be creative. Imagine the never before seen. Lead others. Find solutions. And learning. Never stop learning. Just remember, your Cal Poly Pomona family has high expectations for you. We expect you to be remarkable, not just average. And we expect you to continue, and you are remarkable. And we expect you to continue to be active members of the Cal Poly Pomona family. Just think, I know the ink is not dry on your diploma yet, but you can come back to Cal Poly Pomona for more learning. We are in the beginning stages of an early childhood education program on one end of the spectrum, and we have a doctoral program on the other end of the spectrum. So we have more for you. You will always be ours, your lifetime members of the Cal Poly Pomona family. You are all Broncos. So congratulations, we're so proud of you. And now will the audience please remain seated during the recessional. At the conclusion of the recessional, our 2014 commencement will be formally concluded. Leading our recessional is Dr. Stephen Bryant, much-loved chair of the Department of Liberal Studies. Dr. Bryant enters full retirement after this commencement. Thank you, Dr. Bryant, for your service and for being with us always.